Hi, Mark. Thanks for meeting with me. Remember our meetings last year when we were discussing the need to bring up our math computational scores in the building?
Yes, I do. I'm still frustrated with the silly mistakes they are making when they get to me in sixth grade. How do they not know how to subtract with regrouping? I don't have time to reteach those skills.
I know, me too. And that's why I wanted to talk to you today. I've been taking this class called Evidence-Based Interventions, and I've been working on this exact problem as part of my classwork and assignments. What I've been working on and learning can help us identify the kids that need help with computation and give them the extra support they need. If we implement this K through 8, it'll save us from having to do remedial work and review for those students who are still struggling and spend more time on conceptual development.
Okay. I have to be honest here, though. I don't want to learn another program right now. We just purchased a new math program. I'm pretty swamped learning how to use it, and I know lots of other teachers are too. Every year, something new comes along that we all are pressured to jump on board with, and it never amounts to anything except wasting our time.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you 100%. And that's why I want to take advantage of all the work I did in my grad class and put it to good use and take care of this problem we've all been frustrated with. I've put together a plan we can implement right away that works with our new math program, and it fits right in with what we've already been doing. It will also use the Educare staff to help us in a more targeted way than just being an extra set of hands. Not only will it reduce or eliminate our need to spend class time reviewing computational skills, it should help us in our standardized test scores in this area too.
Okay, fine. Tell me what you've been working on.
Okay, well, in my class where we're learning about response to intervention, have you heard about it, right?
A little bit. I saw something in the online resources section of our new math program called RTI, but I haven't really looked at it. Isn't it something for special education students?
Yeah, no, that's what I kind of thought too. It's actually a systematic way to identify a student who is struggling before they fail and get them the help they need. It has 3 basic levels, or what are called tiers. The first tier involves what you're already doing in the classroom to help 80% of students on a daily basis. The second tier comes into play with students who still aren't getting it in the regular class period and need extra help and time in a smaller group setting. And if students still need further help beyond that, they move into the third tier to continue working on what they are not understanding. Basically, students keep getting the extra help they need to understand the skill, and then they can solve the problems accurately without any extra help.
There's no way I have time to manage this.
Yeah, I know. You already do manage this. I know you've been working with small groups in your regular class period when they are struggling. You know those dry erase boards you do group work on? That's essentially the second tier. And the biggest difference for you will be bringing in our Educare staff to continue working in a targeted way with those students who still aren't getting it after you've worked with them in a small group.
So I will be writing 2 sets of plans for each lesson?
No. We're going to focus only on computational fluency, not daily math lessons. I've already done the research and created the assessments and interventions we can use as a building to implement this. And once the structure is in place with our math teachers and Educare support staff, it would be easy to expand the types of interventions we address in the future if we want. Right now, let's just focus on computational fluency, the lowest section of our standardized test scores. And if we make progress in this area, we'll have more time to spend teaching our core standards and concepts and spend less time reviewing computational skills the kids should already know.
All right, give me an example how this would work.
All right, well, we've already been doing those timed computational fluency assessments across grade levels. We need to replace them with a unified set of assessments for the building. Denise has already indicated she would find the money for us to purchase a program if we want, instead of making them. I've already made a set for 5th grade, and I don't think it would be hard to make the rest of the grade levels, but we can decide that later. So we would give these assessments weekly, like we already do. Students can chart their progress on graphs and keep them in their math folders.
Then what?
Well, that's when the tiers come into place. For example, one of my 5th grade standards has me teaching 2 by 2 digit multiplication. We use the distributive property and partial products to help reinforce it. I taught them a chant with hand motions, and I pull students who need extra practice to a small group if I see them struggling with their independent practice.
Okay, I get it. I basically do that too.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I told you. It wouldn't be any extra work, really. You already do most of this. So you know how there will be students who still don't understand it even after your small group? They might say they get it, and then their homework comes back blank, or they completely miss the mark. That's where the Educare staff could work on that skill again with them. We've got all boxes with new manipulatives that we can use to reinforce place value, fractions, whatever they might need to help with the computation. In my class, I found resources that we can use to find interventions for math skills online too.
That makes a lot of sense. So then it will be much less likely that they will be coming to me acting like they've never seen 2x2 digit multiplication
Yes,
before.
yes, and parents will be able to see their child's growth and the progress charts they've made and keep in their math folders, and that will make them happy. And we'll spend less time reviewing and more time teaching. That makes us happy. And finally, our standardized test scores will improve in computation, and that makes everyone happy.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Show me the resources you found for math interventions. And then let's pick a date for a math department meeting to invite administration and Educare to and fill them in just like you did with me.
Okay, sounds good.